Today, we rely more than ever on telecommunications technology, and for the most part, it's widely available. But in rural America, citizens are coming face to face with a concept called the digital divide, creating a discrepancy of available services between rural and urban communities. Just because they're located in small-town America doesn't mean these citizens and the businesses they run shouldn't receive the same advanced technology at the same affordable prices that people in bigger cities enjoy. Despite this notion, the rural America service providers and the powers that be in Washington remain in a tug-of-war.
The government came up with a universal service concept which allowed companies like ours to serve these areas which are high cost. And the whole idea is to provide state-of-the-art services at affordable prices for those living in rural America, and that is not happening. And part of the problem with this whole thing is a lack of accountability. And what's been happening in recent times is that the FCC is taking kind of a heavy hand in regulating small companies. They're also implementing new filings. And those filings are growing at an alarming rate. This chart here we had put together, it's 3 pages of filings. There's 62 filings in here. We estimate it takes about 1,500 hours for our people to complete this. Now, we're a small company with limited financial and human resources, and yet our people are spending more and more time complying with this kind of growing regulation, making it more and more difficult for small companies to do the job that we've done so well.
The frustrating bureaucracy involved with this issue inspired the formation of the Small Company Coalition, or SCC, a group of rural communications companies who came together as a platform for advocacy.
There's approximately 1,100 rural companies, rural telecommunications companies across the country. What they're trying to do is join together to come up with a way to have an influence on the way that the regulations and legislation takes place and the impact that it's going to have on them. So what's at stake for these companies is really the ability to provide these services, broadband services, 911 services, services that rural, local entrepreneurs and local businesses need in order to do their jobs. And if we don't get the sufficient and predictable funding that has been stated in the FCC rules, then these companies aren't going to be able to survive and thrive and provide the services that larger carriers don't want to provide in these areas.
We service an area of 700 square miles, and it's very huge, very diverse, from anywhere from the desert all the way up to our peak. We provide services to the tribe, ski area, enterprises, all the things that are necessary to provide for a small community. Broadband is one of the issues that we have right now. It's just not there. Some wireless companies are trying to provide that, and the cost is astronomical. Some companies are charging high rates just for very limited amount of broadband access. And through the efforts of the SCC, we're able to bring that to light.
An example of what the SCC is fighting for is here at the Champion Christian School in Donegal, Pennsylvania. The school is a customer of Laurel Highland Telephone Company, and without the services they provide, the K-12 school wouldn't be able to incorporate technology into their curriculum, a point Dr. Merle Skinner, the head of the school, has presented to a congressional staff meeting in Washington, D.C.
It's just absolutely not fair that a zip code should make a difference in the educational quality they have. So, for example, our students come from 3 or 4 different counties. So for them to work together at night, it's not like they can go to the local library. They have to be able to connect virtually. They have to be able to access learning management systems here. Our teachers are in the same boat. We have 2 campuses, so we bridge technology between both campuses so our younger kids can see what the older kids are doing. The ability to build direct connections between our campuses would not be possible without a local company saying they're willing to do that. So those kinds of things become critical for rural schools, and oftentimes those relationships with providers are the critical pieces of that.
If we're not providing high-value services to the customers, there's no need for us to exist. But the point is we are. We're providing services that nobody else is providing. And through the coalition, we've been bringing our concerns to Washington, D.C., and we've been before the FCC a number of times. But we keep coming back because we believe firmly that we have a solution for the small companies in this country.
When a child's asking you, can you give me more broadband so I can see inside a museum to be able to learn something, I'm not going to say no. Whatever it takes to provide what we need to do it, we're ready to do it.
To learn more about the importance of providing telecommunications services in rural America, visit lhtot.com and smallcompanycoalition.com.